Guys, I think that Zamtrios might be in Rise.
Excuse me, what was that?
What? No, I didn't say anything. What are you talking about? Look away. Look away. Look in the other direction.
You said something. You definitely said something. There's something over there. Show me what it is.
It's fine. Nothing is going on. Okay, just calm down. Everything is. It's fine. Nothing is happening.
I need to know. I need to know what's over there.
Nothing you care about is occurring. I promise. Seriously, cut it. Please. Okay. Hold on. Just take this.
All right.
Shut up.
It's fine.
I will look after
Sure.
him. Okay, thank
See you later. Hi guys, welcome back to a new Rage Gaming video. My name is Hollow. We're just going to get straight into it today. That's because we're currently looking at entirely new gameplay for Rise, thanks to an early access version IGN got to play recently. Inside this new gameplay, we have a full hunt between the Dual Blade Hunter and its target, the Somnacanth. Perfectly matched at that, because we also see the Somnacanth set for, yes, the Hunter and the Dual Blades like we saw in the demo, but also the incredible Palamute and Palico versions of both. What's really cool about this gameplay is the fact that we finally get a real look at Somnacanth and another monster, because we've only had tiny clips of it so far. So now we get to see how the fight will actually play out and work. That other monster I mentioned, well, that's Barioth, who's also roaming around the island in this hunt, who is another monster we've only seen short clips of. And the third monster in this hunt that we will catch a little glimpse of is, of course, the great Baggi that we've seen roaming around this region in many trailers. But most importantly, hey, is that a Zamite? The tiny shark dudes who hang around bloody Zamtrios? Everyone's favorite chunky shark. Yes, I think Cotton's going to be pretty happy about this.
Well, we broke his tail. What? What?
After all, Zamtrios would fit perfectly into the Frost Islands, wouldn't he? And we're seeing plenty of returning monsters from the previous series that never made it into World, so I could easily see it. Zamtrios was easily up there as one of my favourite monsters that I fought in GU, so I'd love to fight him again, just like we did with Mizutsune, in maybe a more new mobile version. With our new better movement with wirebugs, it certainly seems like they're upping the pace with the monsters. As we jump into the hunt, let's take a look at the map first, why don't we? Compared to the Shrine Ruins, the Frost Islands is laid out on a top level and a lower level. That top level is certainly more circular, with 3 dark blue areas lit around it, which appear to be, I would assume, small cave areas we could dip in and out of, while those see-through sections at the top and bottom will take us down through longer caves, which are most likely where Kezu was being teased in those short moments. Otherwise, throughout the hunt, we do jump around 3 main areas, and we don't get to see some real exploration, so we'll just have to keep an eye out. In the supply box at the very start of the hunt, we're given both an energy drink and 2 screamer pods. This of course indicates we'll see sleep effects while dealing with Somnacanth, which we obviously did know, but those screamer pods should work really well to stun the monster, since it's surely vulnerable to that. Now we only get this short look at first camp, they do move out pretty quick, but that tent did look pretty cool and actually larger than the Shrine Ruins one anyway. As we go on to approach Somna, waiting in the middle of the map at this area of 7, this is actually the unique hill, which is actually a Zora skull, the one we were seeing in the trailers. I really enjoy seeing the details of these areas after only getting random little glimpses in trailers. The Zora skull still has that giant Dragonator embedded, the poor thing, but it looks so cool. Anyway, there she blows, there's the monster. The Somnacanth is finally revealed in gameplay glory, and god, look how long it is, and pretty springy, slidey, and stand-uppy. Before we really talk about Somna though, there are some important details we learned from the Hunter player itself. For example, do you see that blue effect occurring on the attacks? That's because the Hunter is using the Somnacanth dual blades. This wasn't in the demo. The weapons and armor had all their skills removed. Here it seems they're actually working, and sure enough, we have sleep on these blades, and also most likely whatever skills are on the armor, which is good to finally see. Sleep on the blades itself seems pretty good, you know, thanks to the new bomb wake-ups we have. Dual blades actually has a good burst wake-up option without needing a great sword to do a big wake-up hit. Not that it was particularly well used in this footage when they do get the sleep off, but it's the thought that counts. It seems like the silkbinds used in this footage are the ones we had in the demo, where, yeah, here we see them using the kunai to burst up a powerful explosion based on how many hits are triggered. But now it's time to talk about Somna. If you want to see the full hunt, absolutely go check out the full gameplay. But what I'm going to do is talk about the most interesting new moves we've seen. Firstly, that clam ability that, yeah, we saw in the trailers, but as it turns out, it isn't a heal like we thought it may be, but more of a flash effect in a cone in front of Somna. Activated while laying on its back, it'll clap the clam and then burst out the blind after a short delay, so be ready to dodge that. Which also seems to do Blast Blight, so heads up. Next we see this Talon attack where these purple blades are thrown out in a wide range in front of Somna. The hunter easily avoids this, but I do wonder, they were glowing, right? I wonder if they have a sleep effect on them. More impressively though, check out this sleep beam attack that we easily avoid by just being behind the monster, but being in front of that looks very deadly. Obviously you don't want to get hit by that because you'll be vulnerable to an incoming sleep and then incoming damage. While the fight continues, check out who shows up. It's Barioth coming to see what we're doing. An absolute hero in this case. He comes in for a bit of special damage, which procs the Wyvern ride on Somna. What a bro. This gives the hunter time to sharpen and then easily head in for that mount, so not bad gameplay here. During the ride, we get to see the snake-like standing upright movement from Somna, which makes the camera go so high up, and we see that familiar long ear whap from Somna we saw in a clip before. Most likely that's a light attack, or this other one, which also seems like a light attack, basically a quick swipe. We get more involved with this charging dash forward. That's probably a strong attack, but after a few light hits, we do trigger the Punisher, which is pretty unique. Somna doesn't just run in and do some damage like other monsters. Somna actually performs that wide range sleep breath attack, which is going to be very hard for another monster to dodge. This instantly puts the Barioth to sleep in this case, but then the Somna jumps in for a wake up hit instead of letting us do it, which is a shame, but still very cool. Interestingly though, as the fight progresses, we see the hunter dealing with Ice Blight, which normally screws with your stamina, right? But here, it also appears to be slowing the regen of the wirebug, so that's really deadly. Anyway, back to Somna, who does perform this siren song move, which perfectly fits with the mermaid myth she's based on, by the way. Very cool visually. I like how it fits with the myth itself, but it's interrupted by the hunter, but don't worry, we'll see it later. While in this water area, it seems Somna likes to use more backward slide attacks, snaking around backwards while blasting out some sleep clouds. So obviously when we're in water, you'll need to be careful. Shortly after this, Baggi does show up to offer itself for a perfect mount, giving us a bit of extra damage. Obviously Wyvern riding is clutch for that. But let's jump forward in the fight a bit, where we finally see that ultimate move from Somna, the siren song we interrupted. If you let Somna do this without stunning it, there'll be a short channel of the song, and then it'll emit a huge ring of sleep cloud going out in all directions, 360 degrees. That's super dangerous, but based on the cloud, I'm pretty sure you could leap over that with a wirebug, so make sure you're ready to do that so you don't end up like this hunter here. At last though, shortly after this, we do see Somna limping, so it looks like it's time to end this hunt. This is also where we spot that piranha-style endemic life, which appears to be on this map anyway. It's one not found in the Shrine Ruins, but we do know about this from trailers beforehand. It'll deal some nice damage to monsters if you bait them into it. During the final parts of this hunt, we also see the Palico using a boomerang-style weapon. That's probably the Somnacanth one, but it's actually a comparable attack to one that Prowlers had in GU. So I would assume from that they're giving Palicos some uses of a Prowler, or, you know, the different attacks they had, probably to help them compete with the power of the Palamute, you'd think. But there it is, the kill. Honestly, this was a pretty good hunt, a short 10 minutes or so. Now you might check out there, but trust me, don't. Look what happens here. This new Spirifish shows up right at the end, and look, it triggers 3 entirely new buffs that must be based on what Petalace this hunter has, right? It seems to give them a sword buff with a red mark behind it. What do you think that temporary buff is? Crit or even raw damage up? Either way, that confirms totally new spirit types. More than just birds, but also fish. It must be based on the map you're on, like what, you know, spirit types you'll find, but also clearly different Petalace effects exist, which is a pretty big deal. But there you have it. Everything we were able to spot during this new gameplay. What did you think? I really hope this does confirm Zami. That shark is such a good monster, and obviously it fit really well in the Frost region. And those new Spirifish are quite interesting. Like, I wonder what that buff was. Somna's looking really good. I can't wait to fight that. But yeah, that's it, guys. I've been Hollow, you've been you, and I'll see you next time.
This is the brand new outro to tell you all the things that you do that we love. So let's start with something simple and say, oh, we love your eyes. When they're watching us play video games, we make a bunch of jokes that are kinda lame. Or when they gaze upon our failures as we try to kill the monsters or important news about the kingdom Animalia. Rage, Content, and Hollow are all here, talking about the things you want to hear. So if you want to be the first to hear, like and subscribe and the bell and will cheer. Some of you are patrons, even though we are all the noobs and you're the pros. There's nothing we can do to thank you. No, really, there's nothing we could possibly do. Goodbye.